You have a wife. That wife has a Bible. That wife knows all that the Bible teaches on marriage. Knows about the relationship, about the fellowship, about communication, about, helping one another. And if you are not sharp and understanding and do your duty, you are going to just make your wife to be apart, because you are having intimacy with God, and now you don't want to have any disturbance at all. And if you happen to have children, and your wife is going to just be taking care of the children alone, and eventually after 3 days or 4 days, your wife is going to say, bro, we have something to discuss on. Because this new system, we must discuss it. Because this boy, our second child, was crying yesterday. And I went to the market. And you heard the cry of this child. And you locked your door. We have to talk about this thing. You see, you didn't make good preparation before. Because of that, if you say, no, I'm sorry, look, if you get bitter and you say, I know you are going to disturb me. All these pastors' church growth seminar special that we went for, I know that you don't want me to keep the blessing. Then you are going to talk and talk. The moment you get bitterness against your wife, at that moment, even you yourself, you will know. It's like you are reading a thermometer and it's at 70 degrees. It will come to a sharp drop of 30 degrees. And you will know it. Because if you have been going on with the Lord like that, and you are at that level, when there is a sharp drop, just suddenly, you will know there's a sharp drop. If you are not careful, when you notice that there's something that has happened within, you'll become unhappy again. You'll say, this woman, no matter what's my goal, no matter what's my purpose in life, you will not allow me to get up in life. And the things I want to do, you will never allow this thing to be possible. Okay. What do you want me to do? You want me to be babysitting for you, taking care of you. Okay, bring the children. Samuel, your mother says I am the one that should be changing your diapers. Okay, sit down here. I'm married. There's nothing I can do. It dropped to 30 degrees before, it will come to 10 degrees. And you'll be unhappy, you'll be bitter, you'll be hard on your wife, everything will just go wrong. And before you can come back to that same level again, and it is because you didn't make preparation. But look, I have passed through these things as an adult. But I do not allow things to get to that stage. I go to God and I tell God, now God, I know that Moses, when you gave him a breakthrough, he still had to do other things that he needed to do. He needed to find out that manna is there all the time. He needed to find out that this is going on. He needed to think about the building of the tabernacle. He needed to think about, even Aaron and, when they committed adultery or something, he needed to still get involved. I know that, Lord, I'm not going to just stay inside the chamber and inside the room like this and only pray. Even though I love praying now, I still have to deal with this and deal with this and deal with this. I tell God. And then my family is there. This is there. And then before my wife will even notice that I am, going on anything special or something, I would already, ask questions, discuss with her. But because I know that I want to be in a place, in my room, in my chamber for something, since I'm the one that started the discussion, I can time the discussion. But she won't know that I can time that discussion. If she started it, I cannot time it. Because she has something in mind she wants to say. And if I'm in a hurry, she knows. And when you are in a hurry, you spend more time than when you are not in a hurry. Because the moment your wife knows that you are saying, now, I'm growth conscious, I want this church to become 5,000 in only 2 months, therefore this thing we are discussing, let's finish it in 10 minutes. When she knows you're in a hurry like that, then she branches off and begins to complain. you never gave me time before. And you know that I'm helping you. If I married another person, I'm telling you, it will not be like this. Now, this is not the thing she wanted to discuss before. It is your saying, I have no time. It is, I have no time that she wants to deal with now. The 10 minutes you didn't want to spend before, now with the complaint and the discussion, you have spent 20 minutes. And you say, okay, I'm sorry. What is it you wanted to say? You are not So, you see, all these things we're saying, these are practical things. Therefore, I will, ahead of time, I will initiate the discussion. And because I initiate it, I can control the time. Are you following? Then, I know that if I am getting away from food, sometimes I do, and if I want to do it for 1 week, I know that I cannot be with a wife and do without food 1 day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day, and not, she'll be concerned, naturally, because that's what she has learned in the Bible, to care for the husband, to love the husband, to do this and to do that. Therefore, if I know that I'm going to go beyond just 1 day. Now, when I say I go beyond 1 day, not that I will go for, let's say, 7 days now and not eat at all in the, in the middle. Because if I do that, you'll be so physically weak, and you cannot preach 2 times on Monday. You cannot preach 3 times on Thursday or 4 times on Sunday. But like this last Sunday, I told the state treasurer, I was discussing with them, all through those 4 services, I only took warm water. Not that I was fasting, but I've discovered that when I'm like that, I'm stronger. Wait, don't copy me. Because, that's the temptation. That's how you do it. Because you see, when a person just copies, and you just copy a person like that, and the Lord is not leading you that way, then you get into a mistake. Are we following? Now, when I know that I'm going to, this day, I may want to just drink ordinary water, just warm water. Anytime I know that, because I know that I must still, go to preach, I must still go to do this, I must still go to do that. I may be waiting upon the Lord, but just take the warm water to keep my digestive system clean. And in the evening, might be sometimes at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, just take a little pap and some vegetables. And then the following day, I may continue like that. The following day, continue like that. For a week, I may continue like that. Now, if I know I'm going to do that, my wife knew that even when I wasn't fasting like that before, I had broken down physically. And she knew that, because there was a time after the workers' retreat was so busy and this and that. And when we were going back home, I was, even though that morning I was, very powerful here and talking and everything, or going home, I was so down that if they got into a gallop, it was, so terrible. And all through that Saturday night, we finished the workers' meeting on Saturday that time, it was really bad, vomiting and things like that. And then I woke up on Sunday, and I don't know why it happens like that, but anytime I have preaching, I'm all right. I might have been vomiting and sick and down and everything like that on Saturday night, and till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, and and then I take some warm water, cleanse everything up, and wash. And then I wake up and she'll be asking me, do I go and tell Brother Alfred so that he will, take the meeting? Do I go and tell this? Do I go and tell that? I will say, wait, I'll tell you. Wait, I'll tell you. Then we'll wake up at 6 o'clock, and what do we do now? Let's get there. Let's see what God can do. And then, we get there. I lead the chorus, and then she cannot come to meet me on the platform and say, who will preach now? And eventually, I get there, I preach. And when we come back home, and she says, how are you now? I said, I'm all right now. She'll say, okay, praise the Lord. And we'll continue like that. But you see, if you are waiting on the Lord, and you don't even discuss at all, because she knew that I had broken down before like that, she would not want me to break down again. So, before I ever get into, that thing, I would, talk to her, not preaching, not opening the Bible. Oh, I'll just say that, I wonder for this Moses in the Bible, that 40 days, just did not taste anything. That, and I'm a minister, and I will never dream of these 40 days, but even if it's only 3 days. And and then you see, when you mention 40 days like that for Moses, and it's a human being, and you are talking of 3 days, just for yourself, she will not worry. She will not be afraid. And it doesn't take us 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then, if sometimes she's the one reminding me, saying that you said you are not, going to stay on foot today. And sometimes when I'm waiting on the Lord like that, she'll be reminding me that, since today is special to you, I'll, keep the children downstairs. I would, do this, I'll do this. Then you want to go out again. How about praying? Because it's fasting and praying that the Bible says she is the person that will be gingering me, helping me, and pushing me ahead because I had discussed with her. If I didn't discuss with her, she would, on the other hand, be concerned. Are you following what I'm saying? So you see, as we look into all these things, now, even though I've not read chapter such, verse such, I've been referring to the Bible. Do you understand? As I told you, I didn't intend to, go in this direction, but since you are pastors, and what God is doing with one man, He can do with you. That's why I've allowed myself to open up and to get into all these details. But whatever the Lord is doing in your life, whatever breakthrough you are having in your life, make sure that the church work does not suffer, your family does not suffer, everything is still all right, so that you don't get into a position where other people are beginning to, note that, what is this? What is happening to you? And don't ever, if you are going to fast, don't fast. I said if because it's not everybody. I've not seen where Elisha fasted to get the double portion of the Spirit. Elijah did. When God said, when the angel said, go in the strength of this food, he went in the strength of that food, and he went 40 days in that strength. But Elisha, on the other hand, that received the double portion, you would have thought that man, he will fast until he becomes a skeleton. But not at all. Not at all. Because God deals with different people in different ways. You will know how God is dealing with you. Because my sheep hear my voice, and they follow me. A stranger's voice, they will not follow. And it's a stranger's voice when I finish my message now, and you just say, I'm going to have this. What is today? Today is July 15. Okay, between now and July 15, I calculate 40 days. I can try. I can do it. And then you go back. All that you say, all I want to eat, I will eat there today. And you have 3 bowls of food. Because you are preparing for 40 days. And you eat until you have constipation. And then tomorrow, you say, God, ready, set. I will say, 40 days, it will not miss. And then at 1:30, you are so hungry. You say, what will I do? I will start it again tomorrow. Then you go and eat. And after you go and eat, you have condemnation. And why are you having condemnation? God didn't tell you to do it. You are not disobeying God. There is nothing you have done to offend God. And you are having condemnation because you have eaten. And this is not God's problem at all. It is your problem that you impose upon yourself. It is a law that you make and a law that you can break. So don't let us get into any mechanical thing. And as I've opened my heart to you, the Lord will help every one of us in Jesus' name.